Welcome to the Canadian Scrapbooker Magazine web show. My name is Jackie. Basic, gesso, fun. That's what the focus of today's show is going to be. Gesso is basically a primer. You apply it to a surface and it prepares that surface to accept other mediums such as ink, spritz, you name it. So there's a lot of things that you can do with gesso. For today, we're basically just going to apply it to a piece of pattern paper and we're going to stamp on top of it or just around it so that the gesso brings out that stamped image. This is a technique that Christy Riopel taught me and I really love it. Here's the little cute card that we're going to be creating. We're going to create it from start to finish. I used a piece of pattern paper from this gorgeous Die Cuts with a View card stack. I've got this gorgeous chicken stamp from Magenta. Apply some pigment ink. Leaving some room for my little sentiment on the bottom right-hand corner. There we go. And then I'm going to apply my gesso. Basically, I'm going to use just a makeup sponge. Put a little bit on, and then I'm going to offload it a little bit. And I'm just going to go around the image. Just like that. I'm going to go over top it a little bit, around. I'm going to grab a little bit from there. I can make this darker or lighter. Whatever you like. Let it dry slightly. It doesn't take very long to dry, it's actually extremely fast drying, but I do have a dry one over here. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to grab my stamp again, load it up with some pigment ink, and I'm going to stamp right over top. Now, you can use a position it if you want this to be precise, but I'm not worried about it because I've got the details have already been covered with the gesso. So I'm going to go right over top of it, line it up as best as I can. Stamp over it. And then I'm going to apply some embossing powder. I'm going to heat it up. Now see this little oopsie that's underneath there? No problem. We're going to add a little bit more of the gesso in there just to cover it up. We can do that anywhere that there's little oopsies if we want to get rid of them. Now we're going to take some Smooch from Clearsnap and we're going to color it in. Next, we're going to take our Stampin' Up sentiment, the smile. We're going to add some pigment ink, load it up. And we'll pop it right there. Use our embossing powder. For an added little touch, we will grab I grabbed this magenta dot stamp, just some basic dots. I'm gonna put some pigment ink on it. And I'm just basically gonna go around on the corners and just put some dots. The last thing that we're going to do with this little tag is we're going to apply, we're going to take a black marker and we're going to go around and make a line around the edge. This is a really fun way to border something, and Christy also taught me this, that not to worry if you can't get that perfect line. Here's the trick. So I'm just going to freehand it. I'm going to go around and it's going to be kind of wobbly. Okay. Christy Riopel then taught me to make this look perfect. You add a second line around the edge and it's called the drunken partner. I love that term. So here comes my drunken guy who can't walk a straight line, and he goes around the edge. Makes the wobbly line. The last thing that I did with this little tag is I used my Stampin' Up! Edge distresser, and I distressed the edges so that I got it a little bit more frayed, a little bit more, you know, collagey, dirty looking, so that's what I did. I also like to create my cards first on a piece like this, and then I attach it to a base of a card. I just find it a little bit easier to work with. This card was created using some die cuts with a view pattern paper. Of course, we used the gesso, and in this case we used Ranger Industries gesso. This gorgeous little turkey stamp or peacock stamp is from Magenta. The smile stamp is from Stampin' Up! And the cute little dots that you see in the corner are also from Magenta. I colored in the little bird using some Clearsnap smooch ink, gives it that metallic finish. I also embossed this image using Clearsnap clear embossing powder, and I stamped everything using Clearsnap pigment ink. I used an EK Success pen to go around the edges to create that border. So, basic gesso. Thank you, Christy, for this fantastic idea. Go grab some. You're going to have fun, and it's going to make stamping and popping up images even more spectacular. Until next time, take care and happy scrapbooking.